So, Black Bag version 0.70 should be releasing at moddb.com. I'll put a link in the description in about an hour, and or less actually. And anyway, it overhauls the accuracy and recoil modeling of the light machine guns. That is like belt-fed machine guns. According to Lloyd's weapons mod, which Lloyd went to great pains to research the various weapons, and also applied an equation which reversed the backwards barrel length rule in Rogue Spear, because default Rogue Spear assigned more accuracy to weapons that had shorter barrels than to weapons that had longer barrels, when you factor in all the parameters working in conjunction. So after I argued with him about it for quite some time, he finally relented and came up with an equation so that the longer barrel weapons would be more accurate than the shorter barrel ones. So you see this at play with the light machine guns, and also he I think assumed that with the light machine guns in the crouching position, bipods would be deployed. So so if you're in the crouching position and stationary with a light machine gun, you should be far more accurate with a machine gun than if you're standing. And the other thing that's been overhauled are most of the pistols, not all of them yet, so that they have more realistic recoil and accuracy. So they'll have less base accuracy because of their shorter barrels, and and mind you, their shorter sight rails. That's the distance between the front and rear sights on the pistol. Of course, if you use like a red dot, that's not going to matter, but this the weapons in this game aren't really factoring that in yet. Maybe in another mod I can make it so that they factor in the use of red dots. But even with red dots and holo sights, you have a certain amount of inaccuracy, because you'll have usually anywhere from a 2 MOA to a 5 MOA dot, and so that results in some inaccuracy also. But they're far superior to iron sights, I think. And you know, unless you're Jerry Michalek or Michalek or however you pronounce his name, if you're him, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna nail a flea's ass at 200 meters with a pistol. But anyway, so I'll show you what the pistols look like now.
Let's get back one piece. Cover this area.
Down. Got it.
Threat neutralized.
Wow.
Cover this
I've
area.
never seen that before. What did he do? Trip over his own feet?
Cover this area.
Looked like he got hit with a grenade.
Cover this area.
Cover this area.
Cover this area. Down.
Threat neutralized.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. was out of bullets. Needed to reload. Damn. That guy got a purchase on me, definitely. Doesn't like people breaking his windows. Oh! And that's the 5.7, which is known to have low recoil. So, what muzzle flip it has, it recovers from pretty quickly because of low recoil. Is that the Spaz 12 he was using? Oh no, he shot me with it, yeah. This is the Mark 23 Mod 0. When their corpses get in the way. So with some of the larger calibers, it pays to slow your rate of fire down. Whoa, that was close. You can't typically dodge shots in this game because there are no actual projectiles flying through the air. The bullets arrive immediately, and yeah, you're not going to have time to throw a flashbang, that's for sure. I sometimes wonder, though, whether they didn't factor in the sound travel time, depending on the distance. That'd be cool if they did. The Delta Force series had sound travel time, at least in, I think, Delta Force 2. Not sure about Delta Force 1. So that's something that's pretty cool. I forget whether Operation Flashpoint, Cold War Crisis, and Resistance had it or not. That was with a Glock 35, which is in 40 Smith & Wesson. So apparently at the time, people thought like 40 was such a great load. And I think the NATO mod seems to express that. It seems to have a little bit of maybe too much confidence about how little it recoils. So I remedied that a bit, but not a lot, just a bit. On the fly. Oh, crap. So pistols are still useful, very useful at close range. They're just they're not sniper rifles. Especially with the heavier caliber ones. You gotta give the give some time for the muzzle. Gotta give time for the muzzle to get level again. I think we're going up here now. Hopefully there's not someone up here waiting. Oh, there was. Maybe now? Doesn't seem like there was anybody up there reacting to that flashbang.
Mission success. Objective completed.
He wasn't wanting any of that. So I should try to show
Terrorist
you,
hunt.
should try to show you how
Terrorist hunt.
how the machine guns look now. If I could get a word in. Let's see, a good map for that. Probably be airport.
Terrorist hunt.
Oh, another thing, I tried to, somewhat succeeded, not totally, because the alphabetization of these weapon names is dependent on the string table entry name rather than the name that's actually in or assigned to that string table entry. So in order to alphabetize these better, I would have to better alphabetize the string table entries and then assign the weapon file a different string table entry name corresponding to the correction. But then I'm afraid if I did that, then you might result in duplicates of the same gun, because there would be the default gun with the old entry name and then the entry for the new entry name. So I don't know if we want to do that. Now maybe you could disable the default guns in the option mods menu to correct that, but I mean, it seems like a lot of work for not a whole lot of payout. And mostly what I wanted was something to let the player know that, hey, this is a submachine gun. And that way they could quickly go through the list. If they want an assault rifle, okay, this is an assault rifle, this is an assault rifle. Well, wait a second, the M14, what's that? That's a battle rifle. And the FAL, that's a battle rifle, not just an assault rifle. It's a heavier caliber, doesn't hold as many rounds. Not as good for intermediate warfare, better for long-range warfare, like open fields, like the kind you have in Ukraine. LMGs for light machine guns, shotguns, those were meant to be at the top of the list. Sniper, and a couple SMGs down at the bottom, and more assault rifles down at the bottom. And anyway, so you see it. And then some of the kits I have arranged that way too, like grenades, ammo, sensors, charges, mines. So anyway, let's get back to what we were doing. Let's give Ding an HK-21 and some primary ammo. And I also have to rework the amount of ammo available on some of these weapons. And frags. Bogart will get an LMG also, but it will be the M249. Eddie Price, get the M60. Novikov appropriately will get the RPD. And the rest can be spotters. What do they call that? Assistant gunners. So, yeah, we'll go with this. And, I think we'll want red team at first.
Let's get back in one piece.
Why is the ammo... That's supposed to be fixed. I fixed that.
Contact.
Alright, well
Threat neutralized.
that's gonna be a problem
Got him.
with the saw.
Tango down.
Because it's in the experimental mode. I
neutralized.
swear I can fix that.
Tango down!
So I'll have to fix that for the next version. I actually watched myself fixing that, so I don't know what happened there. So as you can see, it doesn't start firing rounds wildly to the left and right. I wouldn't mind vertical dispersion that much because of recoil, but when it starts bouncing one round off the left wall and one round off the right wall, you know, you're telling me that you've got a jammed fire hose and it's spraying all over the hallway, and that's just not how long-barreled firearms work. It'd be so much better if they had tracers. It's like super easy to mow somebody down now. Is it as easy to use for CQB? Well, look at the reticles. It's not, especially when they start shooting back at you, then your reticles go all over the place. So, which, that's I think that's a bit overdone in the game myself, but whatever.
Got him.
See, if you don't let the reticles close all the way, then, like... then you get some spread. But if you get set up... like you got a bipod on the ground, then you can just lay waste. And that's how it should be. So let's check out the RPD. That was strange. Why'd the full auto sound effect cut out? It's not supposed to do that. So, pretty accurate at the ranges it was intended to be. There's another guy over there. And, we'll see about the HK-21. It's in 7.62 like the M60. And it's kinda got a reputation for being a beast because I think it's got kind of a high cyclic rate on it in full auto. Kind of not quite like its forebears, the MG34 and the MG42, but yeah, see there's some... wow. You gotta let those reticles settle down, and you can just mow through things. But if you don't let the reticles settle, then that starts spraying like crazy. Let me see. Oh, one of our guys died, the guy with the saw. Alright, so at least, you know, I guess you could take this opportunity to play with the experimental saw. We can do that again. But,
let's get back in one piece.
I haven't been able
Tango
to...
down! Got him! Threat neutralized.
I haven't been able to get that implemented the way I want it. So... oh, ran to the back of the house.
Got him. Got him.
They're coming around the corner. M60's chopping away.
Got him!
FNP 90 sounds like it.
Down.
Threat neutralized.
It's funny, they start scurrying around like ants. But they're not returning fire. So he moved up while I wasn't able to suppress him, and then he got shot. Anyway, so that's that. The flashbang rounds can be set to kill. I just gotta tweak those values to get something that seems to simulate the lethality of an M249 saw at this range. So this is just something I'm working on. Until I get something that's satisfactory, I'll be switching back to the old file, so that you can use the normal saw. Anyway, so that's version 0.70. Apologies for the bug, but we'll get it fixed.
Hold up.